please tell me what happened between you and your cousin.
Well, we were actually getting ready for my sister's baby shower.
Okay.
The day that we ended up getting into it, he was on the phone with somebody that I'd never seen before. I don't know who it was or whatever, but I just started to have conversation with him, and the girl, she like butted into the conversation. So my first reaction is, who is she talking to? Because I'm talking to him, you know. Right then and there, it just became a little debacle because I really don't, like I said, I never seen her before, never heard of her before. So for you to be defending her on the phone because me and her started getting into it, it just made me mad. So me and him started getting into it, you know, and he started saying like, I always do this, I always, you know, cause the problem, I always arguing or something like that, or having an attitude basically.
Do you have an attitude?
I got a small problem.
Okay.
A small attitude problem. But it really, honestly, this was a good day. It wasn't nothing like that. You know, it was all celebration. It was family there. But I just told him to go outside. He gets outside and he get louder. He get louder. He started talking about, this is why don't nobody mess with you. This is why don't nobody talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Because I'm not going to say aggressive. I don't know how to say it. I get right to the point. I get right to the point.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
I don't do all the extra, the talking and stuff like that. So I get up to go to the door, and I walk to him like this. He here, I'm walking to the door. He says that he felt like I was charging at him, and he just hauled off and punched me in my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
He hit you in the face?
Yeah, he punched me, and
What happened after he hit you?
We start boxing. We start fighting. And yeah, he's 6 feet. He's 6 feet compared to me. I'm 5'3". And, you know, everybody just let it happen because, like I said, this is a family function, you know. We end up
Everyone
fighting.
just let it happen? Like, y'all two fighting there?
Yeah.
This man hitting you in the face? Okay.
This is normal. The fighting part is not new, you know. So I can't say, like, that's the biggest issue. But where we were, the setting that we were in, you know, the time, the place, and then the situation, it wasn't that big of a situation to do all that for. Then come to find out, he had got on the phone, he went to my mom's house, you know, telling everybody what happened, his side of the story, which I appreciate him telling the truth because he told the truth that, you know, he put his hands on me first, but nobody told him he was wrong, you know. Nobody told him, like, you know, the situation got to where it was, and we know Wisdom will do this, she will do that, but you were wrong as well. Nobody did that. And we ended up going to my mom's house after we left the baby shower just to, you know, celebrate, kick it, have fun. And I came up and everybody was already, you know, had an attitude or felt some way about me because they feel like it was my fault, you know.
So question for you, because you were pregnant.
I didn't know,
You didn't know you were pregnant at the time?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then. So what happened the next day?
After all that, the next day I was at home. I just got up that morning and I was bleeding. And I know that I had previously already had my cycle, so I already know that that wasn't it, you know, a period. And I've already had a miscarriage before. So that's just the first thing that it kind of took me to. So I figured that was it. And I went ahead and took a test, and that's how I found out.
And you found out you were pregnant. Did you tell Brendon about the miscarriage?
No, because we hadn't been talking, and honestly, it was just something that I was just going through. You know, I really didn't tell anybody because I felt like if anybody already felt some type of way, they would have reached out. Nobody reached out, you know. Everybody know what happened, and I understand. I am going to swing first. I am the person that always, I'm not going to sit and talk. We're not going to do none of that. So I understand everybody presuming that it was me or it was my fault, but nobody checked on me, you know. So I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to reach out and be like, he did this to me, and, you know, then it would be just a cry for help. And, yeah, I didn't want that.
What was wrong with having a cry for help?
Just my family. I feel like we just all just now getting to a point where mental health is important to us, you know. Like, my mom and her siblings, they didn't know, they didn't care for that. But me and my cousins and my siblings, we finally have the knowledge, you know, nowadays that we need to know what is actually wrong with us, you know, and stuff like that. So, but it's just, I don't feel like I would get that same support. I felt like right after that happened, I needed that support when I came to my mom's house. You know, nobody knew what happened from my side, but they came, let him tell his story, and they had their minds made up, you know.
Did he ever apologize to you?
No, we never have talked about it.
Got it. So how has your relationship been with him since?
Nothing. Brendon, he is like my confidant, him and his mom, you know, and we already grew up tight, so it was hard for me to do it by myself. He's always been there, you know, vice versa. You know, growing up, him being in his situation, that's his story to tell. It's not for me to tell, but I've always been there for him, you know?
But do you feel like the fight is what caused the miscarriage to happen?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
if y'all-
definitely.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, I was already almost 6 weeks, so at that point, without us knowing, I was living regular, moving regular. There was nothing else that could have happened until then.
Yeah, so
and
if
we fought pretty hard, so.
Yeah, so if he would have never thrown that first punch, in your opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been deaded. Like, it wasn't that serious because I don't know her and she don't know me from a can of paint. So I don't care for her. But I'm gonna let you know that I don't like how you disrespected me behind your friend.
Got it.
You know? And it would have really been left at that.
Well, I'll tell you this, your cousin Brendon tells a different story. So I want y'all to see what he said before the show.
Karamo, I have something to say. She said I killed her baby, but maybe it was that 8 shots of Crown Royal that she took that day. Out of control, drunk, and belligerent. She said I attacked her. More like her drunk ass attacked me. I just had to defend myself. She was out there getting messy with that bottle in her hand at that baby shower.
He is lying.
Well, I want to hear what Brendon has to say. We
And
already
he
heard one part of
drinks.
this.
He drink
Everyone,
like me.
please welcome Brendon to the show.
We all drink the
with his
same.
cousin.
We all drink the same. You be drinking like
For real?
You drink like this for real.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
But you
Everybody in my
pregnant
family
though.
drink.
But
Eight shots?
I
I
killed
didn't
your
take no
baby.
8 shots.
But I killed your baby.
What
I
else
killed your
did it?
baby.
Nothing
You didn't
else
tell
did it.
nobody though.
I didn't.
You.
Who?
So you didn't tell my best friend?
Your
So
best
my
after
best
the
friend.
fact.
My best friend didn't call my
After the
phone.
fact.
After the fact. But you said. Yes,
After you, but you said I was drinking before. You're saying that I was drinking before. I put your hands
at
on
the
you.
party. What are you talking about?
But you're saying before.
Yeah, you was.
I talked to your best
Okay.
friend after that happened.
Yeah, about the miscarriage. What are you talking about?
What that got to do with me drinking?
Okay, whatever.
Nothing. That
You
has
lost your
nothing
baby
to do with
because
me
you was
drinking. I didn't lose my baby from alcohol. I
Okay.
lost my baby because you put your hands on me.
Right, okay.
Do you think you're responsible at all for the miscarriage?
No,
Not at all.
I don't.
So did you attack her?
No, she attacked me and I just defended myself.
Okay.
I walked up to you. I walked up to you and you punched me in my face.
Yeah.
You swung fight, so how I attack you?
You didn't walk up to me.
How I
honey.
attack you then?
You didn't walk up to
How-
me.
what is an attack?
You didn't walk up to me.
You can't even give me a
should never
definition.
came up to me.
What is an attack?
You should never came up to me.
Walking
It really
up to you
doesn't
is not
matter.
attacking
So
to
from,
me.
when
You
from
were-
your point
you
of view,
were
what
running.
happened?
So basically,
I
what
was
happened
running.
was
I don't even
I
run.
was actually on the phone with my friend. To be exact, I was talking to my friend about proposing to my boyfriend.
Okay.
I told her to give me a few months. When I said that, Wisdom said a few months for what? And I said, oh, you all in our business. My friend replied and said the same thing.
How is you talking to somebody about
Wisdom-
engaging somebody? Somebody you don't even talk to on a regular basis.
I do. She do my makeup all the time. Let me shut up.
But
Anyway,
you talking to somebody, you went to
anyways,
cosmetology school with about proposing, but not your
then.
best friend.
But anyway,
He just coming up with
like I was saying though, she said that Wisdom out of nowhere. Who this bitch talking to you, bum ass bitch? Da 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 da. So basically, she was like, you can go outside and talk to the bitch. I said, I will then. I literally got up and she's coming at me. I mean, coming at me fast. So, of course, like I said, we have always fought.
Show him coming.
You're
What is
not
coming
15
fast? What's coming fast?
What do you mean fast? It don't matter. Whether you walk
Is that still a walk? That's still a
I
walk.
really don't care.
That seemed like a little quick
that's a
walk in the moment.
But
in the
like
moment.
she said
okay,
though,
in the
we're
moment.
always fighting.
Got it.
It's
You're always
always a
fighting.
point where we argue. If somebody is coming up to you, of course what's up? Like, don't come to me, girl or boy. It really
Look
doesn't
at him.
matter.
Look at him, a
If
grown man,
you're-
and look at me.
We
A grown
always
man. I'm
fight.
5'3". I got on a little hill. Look at him and look at me. I'm walking up. What? What are you talking about? You punching down at me. What are you talking about?
I did hit her. I did.
Okay.
I did. She
Okay.
should never be coming at me though. She didn't have no reason to get up.
So what did she say to you on the day of the fight?
She called me a dirty. She told me to. She called me a bum. She said that I need Jesus, and all this other stuff. Like she literally like showed her ass, and I didn't give a.
Can I ask you a question? Because I got the details in that. How did you find out she lost the baby?
My best friend called me one day.
And how did that make you feel when you heard that?
I don't even know, honestly. Her child now, I was in the delivery room with her.
Got it.
I slept on the floor for 2 days for her.
Here you go, boo. Here you go, baby.
And so hearing that, yeah, it was a lot. But at the time, I was going through stuff too also. And I had to put myself first.
Got it. Got it.
She had people around her, whether she went to them or not. I was homeless, didn't have a job, and at the time my car was in the shop for 5 weeks.
I begged him to come live with me in my apartment. But regardless of all of that, I was still there for him. I wasn't prying on him or none of that, but I begged him to come stay with me. You can use my car, you can go to work, all of that. I offered him all of that.
Yeah.
So for him to say he didn't have nobody, he has somebody too.
So your relationship has been strained since then?
Correct.
And
I have not talked to her.
Yeah. Do you miss her?
I do.
I know. I can see the tears. Do you miss him? Brendon, your mother Tasha is here. My producer telling me she's crying right now because she basically raised Wisdom as a daughter as well. So everyone, please welcome Tasha to the show. The accusation is that she thinks that your son is the reason that she lost her child. How do you feel about that?
I don't know, it's a big accusation, and I wasn't there. However, she done did this before. I don't know if you remember. But one of his friends before was in there laughing about something, and she was angry, and she asked him, "What are you laughing about?" And she jumped up, ran to him, fighting him. So I do see why, because when they were saying this, I said, oh, this is the same thing that happened last time. And she is like a Tasmanian devil. Like, when she jump up and come for you, it's coming quick. So he might have not know what was coming.
What needs to happen here is an apology for the first punch. Because, yes, I feel like both of y'all got attitudes. You clap for that? Brendon, both of y'all got attitudes. And I'm not saying she was right for being in your conversation, for being there and like over talking you and hearing your mom say that it's been a pattern where she got upset before. But because of the love I just saw you exhibit right here, where you said you slept on the ground, I know for a fact you would love to protect her. You are a protector for her. And throwing a punch is not something you do to protect somebody you love. And so, with that being said, do you feel like you can give her an apology for throwing that first punch?
Yes.
You can go for it.
Wisdom, I really apologize for punching you. And I didn't know. You never know with you. But, of course, it wasn't right for me. I am a man at the end of the day, and I should have just probably let you hit me if you was going to, removed myself, ran away, but punching you wasn't the right thing to do.
Can you accept that apology?
I accept the apology. My only thing is, that's not where my heart is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already have established, we fight all the time. It's nothing for you to hit me. I'm not, y'all, we know what it is. I'm not worried about that. It's, you was not there for me.
Yeah.
Even after you found out you didn't do nothing, even regardless of, okay, sorry, you hit me. Okay, you hit me, you done hit me before. You know what I'm saying? But even after you found out, whether you're going through something or not, you know, even before then, I was going through stuff. You was not there. You didn't even try.
Can I tell you something? You said something earlier that I wrote down immediately, which you said, I can't say fighting is the biggest issue anymore, and you just repeated it right now. You said, like, I don't care if through the first, we've done this before, but that is the biggest issue. Because the physical violence then translates into this place where emotionally and mentally you shut down. And just because in that moment you were able to bounce back like you've done before, which is an unhealthy trait. Sometimes we think because we're able to bounce back and talk and kiki again, it's like, oh, it's healthy. It's one of the most unhealthiest traits. And so what happened is at that moment, you wanted him to bounce back. You wanted him to continue the unhealthy behavior, bounce back and say, oh yeah, we friends again, okay, yeah, we fought, whatever. And he put a boundary up, whether you did it intentionally or not, to say, I don't want to bounce back quickly like that. So I want you to take that language out of your mouth of saying, like, fighting is not the issue. Fighting is the issue. Fighting is affecting your mental health. Fighting is affecting your emotional state. And I know he wasn't there for you, and I know it hurt, but I think it was a great wake-up call for both of y'all that y'all can't continue that cycle of fighting and then making up. Y'all gotta stop talking to each other in a mean way. Y'all been fighting the world. Y'all don't need to be fighting each other. And the next time one of y'all catch an attitude, I want y'all to say that to each other. I'm gonna have y'all say it right now. We fight the world, we not fighting each other. Say, I fight the world, I'm not fighting you.
I fight the world, I'm not fighting you.
Boom. Every time one of y'all catch that attitude, say that. You hear me? And y'all gonna be all right. Give your cousin a hug. Give y'all cousin a hug. Do you love the Karamo Show? Yes! Well, we're back for season 2, so make sure to subscribe to the Karamo Show.